Hey, this is Tim McGraw.
100.1 Moose FM.
Powered by FSJ Return It.
Yes, Brian from the Lido here. Sir, welcome back. I hope
Sir. It's my dad.
Good morning, Mr.
I'm just
Sir.
Brian. Yes.
Mr. Sir Brian, how are you?
Good morning, kids.
Mr.
Good morning,
Sir.
kids.
Is for the younger. Brian the
Kids.
younger gets Mr. Sir. What?
Well, he called
You're
me
a child today.
I mean, I am a child of somebody.
Sir. That's correct. You, on the other hand, she who is hatched.
Oh, man.
Wow. How's your shoulder feeling? You had a bit of surgery last
It's
week.
achy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drove to Dawson. Dr. Gruey went in there. It's the weirdest thing because
Oh.
when they operate on you, you're sitting up.
Oh.
So they put
like
you
you're
down.
in a chair? Or probably a
they
bed.
put some
still.
wedges and
Yeah.
they strap you down and all that kind of, because when they want to operate on your shoulder, the shoulder has to be hanging free and hanging down when they reattach it, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
So it's the
I
weirdest
don't like
thing.
this.
I was going to say the stewardess was telling me before the flight. No, she was telling me that, you know,
They gave you a lot of morphine, didn't they, or whatever?
yeah,
it
they
was.
gave me this little mask
So you're
thing,
like,
and
"The
they started to
stewardess."
count, and I just closed my eyes. And went to sleep. Yeah. 45 minutes later, you wake up, and
Yeah.
But it was weird going in there. I felt it's almost like a horror flick, like, you know, when you see these movies and you wonder, am I coming out? Is
Yeah.
Hannibal gonna come out of the anyhow?
Well, you did. You made it back
Yeah,
here, so
and
everything's
you know
good.
what?
You're
In
on the mend.
About 6 months, they say they'll know if I get back to complete mobility.
Okay.
But these injuries that happen, you know, rotator cuffs and that's a lifelong thing. It's not like you just fall
sure.
once and snap it.
Yeah.
So he was saying that, you know, I fall a lot apparently. I don't know, but hockey injuries and
Sure.
you know, all those kinds of things that add up to being. And this last one was the straw that broke the camel's back, and it snapped. And
So
we were
in
talking
other
about that
words,
last week about how it totally severed in half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
She didn't like that.
We can move
That's
on.
why I said it again, because she didn't like that. It's just you and I can talk now. She's got her head covered. But yeah, it's modern medicine. It's just so amazing. They can go in there and you know, we're driving home an hour and a half later. So
Yeah. Good for
and
you.
it's rehab, and 6 months I should know.
Yep.
I'm so
we get,
proud
so-
of you, Brian.
Yeah.
I'm so glad everything went well. That is coming from the bottom of my heart, for real.
Okay.
I just wanted to let you know.
Well, okay. Thank you for that. I survived. My insurance agent isn't calling to see if I need a claim or anything like that.
That's good.
So, yeah.
Well, they have been here for you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
love that.
Yeah, it's just kind of back to work. You know what? It's interesting. I'm used to being busy all the time.
Yeah.
And this is so weird because this side of my body, you know, this hand and stuff, the left, it's so busy. It's not used to being this busy. And my right hand is just freaking bored.
Are you
Just
left?
sitting in a sling?
Are you left or right-handed?
Currently, I'm left-handed.
Okay. So, but normally,
Right-handed,
if you were writing, you'd have to use your right-handed.
Have you ever been able to write with your left hand?
No, I print. Print with my left hand. And it's very shaky. I almost look like...
Yeah.
You know, like I've got Parkinson's or something like that. It's a little bit shaky trying to get it to work, and
We should get you some trace.
it's used to only holding
Might help.
screws before you use the drill with the right hand, and
Yeah.
But really, we should do more things with both hands.
Try to anyway. In for situations like this, where suddenly you're without your dominant arm and hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of which we all will be at some point in our lives, right?
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
What's happening at the Lido, man? are
Not
things?
a lot of renovating going on. Not a lot.
Yeah,
we are getting ready. The Luna Lounge is we're gearing up for spring and summer. It's crazy how many people are inquiring about doing private parties and gatherings up on the Luna.
Yeah.
It has a capacity of 50 people.
Nice.
It comes with its own bar and bartender, and
Yep.
we can have live music up there. And it's just such a it's a cool place to be when the lights are on and the sun comes down. And during the day, if it's 25 on the street, it's 35 up there. So it's super nice. It's warm, and we're just bringing everything out, washing it all off, getting ready to have company coming, and it's everything from weddings to staff meetings and stuff. And they're having luncheons booked there where they come, and it's neat to see it, the interest in it, and it's just build it and they will come, and apparently that does work. So yeah,
This is what this will be the 4th year you've had it. I think
Year 4,
something
yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at me.
the smoke,
remembering.
the year of smoke was
Yeah.
a little difficult.
Yep.
Or years of smoke. You never know which way the wind's going to blow, and Speaking of that, we've got the CD release party for Local Smoke, or of Local Smoke, which
Good
was written
segue.
around that same time. What a great segue into it, yeah.
For Rose Prairie Romance.
That's correct, yeah. Yeah, they're going to come in, and they're a cool band, you know. They're a little rockier, a little edgy. They're loud. It's great to see, you know, the boys, and I always say the boys in the band, but it's not. It's boys and Dana. But they're fantastic. They're fun.
Yeah.
They're engaging. You know, Connor O'Kranick on stage, I don't know why he's such a goofball, but he is. And he just attracts attention when you're looking at on stage. And you know, Bodner's sitting in behind the kit doing what he does. And it's just, it's a great band. And I really respect those that can do that. My son does it in Vancouver as well. And they put their whole life into this. And you know, I mean, Ryan works for Peace Country Rentals, and he has for years. And he just sinks all of his money into holidays and musical equipment. You know, as my son does. They make all this money, and you know, Craig Brooks does the same thing. Everybody has this urge to, or a love of it, and it's a passion that they can't get out of them. So they're constantly recording, and it's really neat to see the community go out and actually go see these guys.
Yeah.
You know, and it's such good value. You know, when you look at, you're getting 4 or 5 hours of entertainment for $20, $25, $30. You know, it's great, and people need to get out more. And it doesn't mean just to the Lido. I'm talking about great open mic scenes now at the Hitching Post and New Frontier, and you know, so there's more of it happening in this community, and the more it happens, the more it will happen.
Yeah.
You know, Craig Brooks hosts one every second Saturday down at the Legion, and it's just fun. You can go in there, and you know a bunch of people, and you sit, and you're not going to talk anything other than, hey, how are you? You know, the politics, I'm sure, is probably rampant in people's conversation right now, setting records.
Yeah.
That's just crazy. What did we have? 4.5 million people vote?
Advance voting, yeah.
Yeah, or was it 4.5 or 6? I can't remember.
Yeah.
But
It was a lot either way. So, yeah.
Well, obviously, you know, it's a pretty important time of time for everybody in Canada.
Yeah.
Everybody in the world, really.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, with the new U.S. president, and we'll have a new. Well, will we have a new prime minister? We don't know. He is new. Whether he gets reelected or not remains to be seen. But yeah, things at Lido. That's the place to go to forget about all this other stuff, all the outside noise. We've got a fundraiser. Cody Robbins of Live to Hunt, TV celebrity, a good friend of ours, Shane Pallister, has found out that he's got cancer. It's pretty serious, and he's doing what he can do, which is face it on, head on, and you just go out there and you do whatever you can do, and that's what him and Veronica are doing. They're having a fundraiser, raise some extra capital to go down and kick this thing in the ass, you know, and that's all he can do. He's actually had cancer 3 times, I think, in his life, if I remember correctly. And you know, why does one get it 3 times and some people not at all? You know, you don't. These are questions we don't know. You just live your life, and when these things happen, you kind of open up the pages and you look through it and you go like, how much life do I have left? And nobody knows what the answer is.
Yeah.
And so when you wake up in the morning and I go, I got to go to the Moose and get interviewed. No, I get to go to the Moose and get interviewed and you know, have a little chit chat session with you guys. And it's fun to do that. So live life. And, you know, this Pallister fundraiser is April 25th, Friday night.
Yeah.
Some super crazy hunts for animals all over the world.
Yeah.
You can come to this thing and the hunting people of the hunting world have all gathered together to help Shane, and it's awesome. Like I said, 26th is RPR live at the Lido. There are 3 bands that night, not just one. Lots of fun there. We've got a comedy show coming up. Instead of April Fool's Day, because it couldn't fit in the month of April, we thought it was just hilarious to call it May Fool's Day. It's freaking stupid. It's a dumb idea, but it does. I mean, I don't know if the comedians are happy about it or if we're considering them funny or are we making fun? You know, I don't know. Anyhow, but May Fool's Day has got a great 3 comic lineup.
Nice.
That's going to be, it'll be fun. It's on the 2nd of May, which is the 2nd day after April. So it's, you know, we're kind of fooling you.
Thank you for that clarification. I actually really needed it, Brian.
Well, you know, and when I look into your eyes and I just think, she doesn't understand.
Wow.
I don't know.
I've become a master of the blank stare.
Are you? Oh, the yeah, that's good. That's good. That's why sometimes I'll look over at Dub. There's life in the eyes, and then I go back to not light. And then, oh, it is fun coming here with you guys and chatting. We've got the library is doing an anniversary celebration.
Yep, 75 years.
Crazy, hey?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't think we had books in Fort St. John 75 years ago, but anyhow, it was just pelts and canoes and a fort.
And books.
And books.
Maybe
you
just
go.
a couple, but they were there.
They were there. Yep.
Left behind by the portagers, the people who broke the West. Yeah, it's kind of fun. We're going to have some entertainment, some food. The meat doctor's going to be coming in, I believe, is who they've hired. I'm not really positive about that side of it, but I know it is at the Lido on the Saturday the 24th.
Yep.
And we're doing stupid crib tournament again.
Yep.
Anniversary first. Pegs and potholes. It's that time of year. I like to poke a little fun at the city of Fort St. John, but you know what? If you know of potholes somewhere, do they have the pothole patrol this year? Do you know?
I don't know, but I know that report it feature they have on the website or the app. They've got an app. You report it, and I've done it, and they're pretty quick when you actually say there's something one here. They come and actually fix it when they're able to, right? So, and now they're able to. It's not like winter where it's like it's got to be.
Yeah. How do you get out there when everything's still frozen?
Yeah. You definitely use that reported app. Sorry, this has become an ad for the city, but yeah.
Well, you know what though, it is.
It's saving our cars, so I think it's fine.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I watch it again. I think we talked about this last week, where everybody's out there and they're buzzing around with their little lawn rakes and getting the rocks off the lawn and
clouds of dust.
And then you blow it onto the street and then wait for the city to come get it.
Yeah.
No, don't wait for the city to come get it.
Brian
Pick
says,
it up and put it into your alley.
Yes, put it in a wheelbarrow and put it in the potholes yourself.
Let's fix a pothole in all the alleys in this community will be no more. No, we can't do that. Election ploy. Some fun stuff coming up in the future. We've got Hip Experience coming in July the 4th. And
nice.
October, we just hired a Bee Gees tribute.
Cool.
So much fun. You can be staying alive and all that era of way too tight pants and arms in the air and stuff.
It would be a tragedy if you didn't go to that.
Get on down. It would be.
You got to. I played it.
Did you just do that? Yeah. See, I can't hear the things you're doing, but I know you made a move. Yeah, it's just, and I appreciate you guys allowing us to come in.
Always.
It's something that we love the direction the Lido has gone. We've got our spring cleaning. We're going to tweak it up and pretty it up again for all the good folks coming out in the spring, summer. And if you have an event you're not sure, it's everybody's theater. You can. It's affordable. We've got so many private parties. Sweet 16 birthday party.
Yep.
They're all going to be karaokeing, and it's going to be horrible. No, it'll be beautiful. It'll be fun.
It'll be Pink Pony Club over and over and over.
That's exactly. And for those old enough, Much Music video, that kind of stuff, video dance party kind of thing. Yeah. It's fun to have. So
awesome. All right, Brian. Well, if you want more information, not you, but thelido.ca, you can also call Brian at 785-3011. Anything else?
Yeah, I'll be answering the phone for the next 3 weeks with my left hand. So if I don't sound like me, that's probably why.
Okay, good.
Or
good
if it's
to
a
know.
really long delay from the moment he picks the phone up to the
takes a
point that
little
he says hello, just forgive him. He needs some time.
It's taking a little longer than normal.
Thanks.
Brian, always glad to have you here.